Ritsema with i3 Business Solutions, and I want to talk a little bit about year-end planning or year-beginning planning. And we've done it over the years, and actually read so many books and been a part of peer groups and done planning in different ways. And actually one of my favorite books, and I'd recommend it to you, is by Vern Harnish, and he wrote The Rockefeller Habits, the book, and then this is the handbook, Scaling Up, and it is basically a manual for running a small business. But it's very detailed. So just heard and have read the book by Keith McFarland, The Breakthrough Company. I want to talk a little bit about this because on the blog we will link to a 1.5-hour presentation at ConnectWise IT Nation by Keith McFarland. Really good. And that's what I want to talk about today. So McFarland says that there's 3 levers to any company's breakthrough or win, and that is strategy, people, and execution. In the category of people, he says 99% of success comes from people, especially in the service industry. You know this is true if you've been to a fast food restaurant lately. I mean, it's hard to find good workers. So he also says that there's no such thing as culture, that there's only how we treat each other. I mean, culture is how we work together in an organization. He says the most powerful team building tool that we all can understand is a strategy that we all align with, that we all help build, that we all believe in. It's not the trust walk, the trust fall, the ropes course. It's actually having a strategy that we're moving towards. So then he says strategic planning is dead, and strategy has never been more important. Yeah, strategy is important, but planning, how much of that do we need? And over the years, I mean, we've done the retreats, the 2-3-day retreats, get off site and plan, put all kinds of time and effort into it. But McFarland talks about dynamic planning, rapid development, agile planning, and I really like that for a small to medium business. So he says you can build a strategy in 48 hours that's 98% as good as you could build in 3 months. So most strategy sessions are too infrequent or too exclusive. In fact, he says you want a company of insultants and a democracy. Could we get people to actually say, here's what we should do different? So he suggests 4 questions in your operational, your 1-year planning, or in your strategic planning, 3 to 5 years. First question, what are 20% of the activities that get 80% of the results? Second question, what are the 3 most important strategic accomplishments in the last year or three months? Thirdly, in the last 90 days or a year, what are the 3 most important ways that we fell short? And then lastly, what are the 3 most important things that we've learned over the last 90 days or last year? So he talks about 3 things: people, strategy, and execution. So in the category of execution, what are you going to do with this planning session that you have and put on paper? And he says, turn the crank faster. Quarterly, at least quarterly, talk about what we do well. Go through the questions. What one thing did we accomplish? And that is it. Tie execution to strategy. What is the one thing that we can do in the next 90 days to hit our mission or our operational plan? Get unanimity of agreement on that single initiative. What Jim Collins in Good to Great calls that big rock. What do we have to move in order to move forward? Tie it to numbers. And that would be excellence in small to medium business planning. That's my suggestion to you. Do some strategic, some year beginning, or some year-end planning.